Hey, this looks functional and shit. Maybe it'll stay that way, unlike in the Wawa.
Hell yeah.
We got through, like, the sentence, it's Hoagie Fest, and then,
No, you said it's hoagie, and it cut off, right?
Hey, that's all people needed to know. We was at the Wawa, we were getting hoagies.
That's the important part. Manny Muskets, what's going on?
I smoked a little today.
Yeah, only a
Adam.
little.
I smoked myself
Today.
Yeah, Bird off screen offering Zinger commentary, eating his hoagie.
Yeah.
I got a little fucking meatball sub with a jalapeno on it. We ain't got no viewers yet.
That's true. What you gotta do is the chicken strips, hot peppers, sweet peppers, honey hot sauce, and then your choice of tomato, lettuce, or onions. Never go more than 3 toppings on the Wawa hoagie.
No, you can fuck up. I've always historically not liked places where you make your, like, build your own sandwich because I can fuck up the sandwich so easily.
Yeah.
I appreciate that Wawa lets you just order it as is, without fucking letting you don't have to go customize it, ruin it, put fucking Old Bay and, like, too much salt or some shit.
Dude, I customized the sandwich today earlier because I hit Wawa multiple times a day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I pressed the wrong button by accident or if it was just a bunch of retards behind the counter, but I got back a chicken sandwich with guacamole on it.
I didn't know that
You
did
pressed
that.
too many buttons. The last button for the Wawa thing is add guacamole, extra cheese, or bacon.
I'm not even used to seeing the guacamole.
Yeah, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, and then I'm like, what? I was home by the time. Usually, I open the sandwich as I'm walking out the Wawa, and I eat it while walking home. But I figured I'm gonna be a respectable adult today. I'm gonna wait until I get home to open my Wawa sandwich. I'm practicing restraint lately, becoming an adult. So I get all the way home. I open my sandwiches, got guacamole in it, and I say, do I walk back to the Wawa now, or do I find some hot sauce from the takeout I had yesterday and just drown out the bland taste of guacamole? I don't understand what guacamole. It's negative flavor.
Guacamole shouldn't be bland. That's a Wawa problem.
Yeah, no, that's a problem with bad guac. But also, I wouldn't want it on like I mean, it can be good on a chicken sandwich, but it's usually not.
No, if you pull out a chicken sandwich and you start putting guacamole on it, you're trying too hard.
I agree.
It's chicken.
I mean, I like a ghost pepper sauce on a chicken sandwich or something, but I'll take that before guacamole. To Horse McGee, who said that the Wawa in Ohio is Sheetz. They're both from.
Sheetz isn't that good.
Yeah, Sheetz is not as good as Wawa, but they're both from Pennsylvania. Like, they're both from around here, so they got them both out here.
Yeah, have fun with our leftovers, Ohio. That's our sloppy seconds right there. You get sheets. We don't even give you the prime material because you're
That's
Ohio.
pretty sad.
No one cares.
That is pretty sad, actually.
Yeah.
Damn, Ohio. Another big Ohio L.
Exactly. We're talking the greater Philly area.
Virginia doesn't even have Sheetz. We only got Wawa from PA.
Yeah, because we like Virginia. Y'all's got a beach. We fucked with y'all.
We got a beach. We got the whole U.S. government.
Yeah.
We got Richmond.
And you got the fence. You like to keep them in your favor. But Ohio, you don't even have an IKEA.
That's probably not true. They gotta have an IKEA.
I don't think so.
Damn. It's never IKEA.
B, it's not no, it's yes and. I was working the lines at a panel today where they felt the need to go, you have to go yes and when people pitch you things in a D&D campaign. And if you have to say no, it's not no, it's no but. Granted, this was the same convention I heard someone go, well, if you're going to start as a YouTuber, for the first 6 months, you just have to ignore your analytics because they're just going to make you depressed. which I don't think is the worst advice. But it also kind of means maybe you should be doing a better job as a YouTuber.
I mean, your analytics are always going to depress you unless they're going up. It can't guarantee that the period thing is good. Like, I don't know.
It should be about more than the analytics your first 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, if you start a YouTube and you're like, if I'm not Mr. Beast tomorrow, I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm not even saying that. I just think you shouldn't be ignoring your analytics. I don't think at any point as a YouTuber. You should kind of be paying attention to that kind of shit.
It's all a matter of, like, what your perspective is on what you should be getting views-wise, too. Because, like, I mean, I was making YouTube videos for, like, 7 years before I did Digibrony, you know, and, like, on the Modal Soul channel, which was originally called Psycho Ultimate. And, like, none of those ever got more than, like, 100 views tops. And so when the first Digibrony video, like, broke 200 views within a couple of days, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make money. Like, this is gonna be a big deal because I got 200 views. Like, that was the early stats. Like, the first 6 months was when I saw all of my most explosive growth as Digibrony, you know? Like, maybe that's not the start of my YouTube career because I had 7 years of nothing, you know, before that. But, like, 5 years maybe, actually. Probably just 5. Because I think I started that account in 2007 and then I started Digibrony towards the end of 2012. But, yeah, like, that was such an explosive early period. It certainly did not make me depressed. What made me depressed was years later watching the numbers dwindle and go down.
That'll happen.
And another synonym for saying the same thing that I just said. What's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Manny, now that people are here, you should introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm Manny Muskets. If you're in Philly, the greater Philly area, come see me do stand-up live. If you're not, pay me for jokes and I'll write them. I don't know what you're working on. Maybe you have a YouTube channel. Let me punch them shits up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I worry about the funny. You bring the personality and the voice and that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Manny, that's a fucking business plan.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
never
do the
even thought
punching
about
up for you. I've never heard someone just come out and say, like, I'll punch it up for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
just let me punch it up.
You know how...
I'm a better comedian than you are.
Yeah. You know how Drake has ghostwriters? You can be the Drake of YouTube, okay?
Wait a minute. Dr. Disrespect already has that market.
Trixie, why are you the Drake of YouTube?
Dude, because I'm not trying to be the child molester of YouTube. Rest in
I
peace.
think Kiwi Farms would disagree.
Oh, well, they would. Manny, I saw you do one of the funniest stand-ups I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah, I call it Hakuna Matata. It means no worries, but can I say the word?
No, you cannot.
Well, yeah, he can. He's allowed to say the N-word on YouTube.
Well, it
How that
also
works?
Yeah, every rap song that's on YouTube.
it
We
also
watch The
means
Company, man. He says the N-word all the
Alright.
time.
it
Manny,
also
do
means
the
no
bit.
undesirable.
No, Manny, do the bit. If
I'm not-
Trixie's okay with
You
it.
can do whatever you want.
I'm not gonna torch the channel now. But let's just say I was listening to a lot of Come Town at the time that I wrote it. And I was like, oh, Hakuna Matata. But instead of no worries, it means no niggas.
And you sang it in the most over-the-top Uncle Ruckus singing Don't Trust Them, New Ones Over There, fashion. And you had just given everybody chocolate.
Yeah, and I was on a lot of acid. So my comedy comes in layers.
It does.
As do acid trips.
Oh man. Well, what's the best time you've had since then? Have you won up that performance yet?
Oh no, that was easily the best. I mean, I usually do comedy sober, so it's a lot more. it's a lot more depressing. It's just I'm telling jokes and you're listening to them. But
Well, it sounds like lately you've found your place, like roasting everybody else in the scene who sucks that nobody likes.
well, I don't like to talk about that on the internet.
You don't want them to know you're doing it.
Yeah, they're all very sensitive. I don't know why.
Because
Well,
you're only talking about Carl from Who Are These Podcasts, who Manny is roasting, I presume.
Well, I was just thinking, like, that's Carl's whole career, is, like, getting a bunch of sensitive people mad at him for saying they suck at their job.
Well,
Yeah.
Kill Tony also.
Yeah,
Like,
kill Tony, too, yeah.
what if Kill Manny? Shoot Manny.
Kill Tony's a little different because he's, like, inviting people to come do it on his show, whereas Carl's just, like, finding people, unsuspecting victims.
But the thing with Carl is you have the choice to take it poorly
That's
or,
true.
like, the...
I mean, that's everyone all the time.
That reality show?
Yeah, they
Helga
do it.
Mann and Lisa Boswell.
Me,
Helga, yeah.
me, Doug, he got roasted.
I mean, Dick Masterson,
Yeah.
like, got roasted by Who Are These Podcasts, and then...
Carl, like, clearly enjoyed it. It was...
Yeah, but he was still being roasted.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, because then Kevin didn't like it. Kevin was like, these guys are
I think
being
it was-
fucking juvenile idiots.
I think it was Vinny on that episode.
Really? Way
Yeah.
back then?
Yeah, but he didn't like it.
Okay.
I would believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't forget you moon-headed fat fuck. I don't care how much Ozempic you do.
You know, he's not even fat anymore. He's skinny Vinny Polly now.
Did he really do Ozempic and get skinny?
He's really thin now, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not...
What the fuck? Vinny Paulino is thin?
He's not thin like me, but he's
He's
thin
got an
for
eating
Vinny.
disorder. He started puking and getting back into stand-up.
It's so funny that Vito, in like response to Boogie talking about Ozempic last night on The Biggest Problem, was like, yeah, I just started throwing up on Ozempic and I couldn't do it anymore. It's like, what do you think Ozempic is trying to make you do?
You're supposed to throw up and get
You're
skinny.
supposed to not want to eat. Vito, you eat too much.
I thought I could still eat and lose the weight. It's a magic drug.
You think Vito will be the last fat in the Dick Show community?
No, there's plenty of fats in the Dick
That's
Show.
true.
Fat and autism, it's not going to run out in the Dick Show
No,
community.
no.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of just like who's the fattest, most autistic person in the Dick Show?
No one I want to name. I actually like them and I don't want to name
No,
them.
that guy who was nut riding Vito all night at
See, I didn't meet that guy. You were telling me about
You
that
couldn't
guy.
have. He was on Vito's nuts 100,000%. To the point that I had to tell him, like, could you scoot away from him? You're making me uncomfortable with how much you're on his nuts. Like, this is actually like this is this is like the problem isn't that it's homosexual, but I need you to know that that's true. But the problem is that this is like personal space rape or something. Like whatever is, like Vito is like doing the like kind of sitting like this
look,
and
you
like
can't call
uncomfortably
people
glancing
gay
at the guy. And,
anymore. It's 2024, but like you can go, hey, you're being fucking strange right now. Why are you so close to this guy? What's going on? Why are you so close to this person? Doesn't matter if it's a guy and a guy. Who fucking cares? Why are you trying to get so close to this person?
Where's the
What are you interested in?
phone charge? Oh goddamn! The phone charge is in the car, isn't
Probably.
What type of phone is it?
it?
iPhone.
I cannot
Because
help you.
we're Apple bitches.
It'll be fine for now. But what does all this say? Hope you had a good sleep, Ellen. No, you're talking to each other. You have to talk to me. How dare you?
What's your name?
Ellen was going to bed. Good night, Ellen.
Good night, Ellen.
Good night.
Assuming she's still there, she probably already went to bed.
Good morning if you're watching the replay. Hope you slept. Hope you slept great. Rise and grind. Don't get it, Creed.
Go.
Today's a new day. Handle your business. This message is specifically for you, Ellen. Fuck everyone else listening.
Ellen will appreciate
She
that.
needs that, yeah.
Yeah.
She's gotta hit that rise and grind.
You have value. You mean something.
She's my administrator, so she's got extra value, actually. She's got more value than the average chatter.
Yeah, fuck the average chatter. You hear that, Ellen? You're important. You administrate. These other people probably can't spell that word.
Hey Manny, can you just shit on a person named Necromancer without me telling you anything about them?
Necromancer.
Neko.
Necromancer. That's even gayer than I thought your name was. You raise cats from the dead? Get over it. They're cats. They're meant to die. They got 9 lives. You only got one and you're wasting it. Being a damn necromancer. No one cares about magic. It ain't real. Okay? Neither are your cats. They're fucking dead. Leave them that way. And stop watching anime. Do a push-up.
That was fucking funny. You have no idea what a douchebag that necromancer guy is. And he watches anime. How'd you know? This is one of my fans.
Yeah. Also, Neko in the name is.
Oh yeah. He did it. He did this. He paid me $50 to watch his 45-minute long Evangelion analysis video.
I remember watching that.
Yeah, we were going through it, and like every 5 minutes, either him or the chat would like start bitching about the video, and I'm like, I have to watch this. Like, I can't just fucking pause it every 5 minutes. They were like, it's so bad, it's so bad. And then the guy got all defensive, and like, so Bird screamed at him until he left the channel. You can watch all this.
No, he screamed at me, or I screamed at him, and then he was like, "Well, you know, this reaction was fine until you showed up," and I was like, I've been here for 3 years, bud.
He and then came back like 3 or 4 days ago to pay for another thing, and Bird was there again, and just like he acted even snootier, so he just laid in twice as hard. And I literally told him, like, you are not welcome here. You need to stop paying me, stop watching my videos, just please get out of here, dude.
Next time you have a guest on a live show,
yeah,
you need to have
them do a necromancer
real quick.
Necromancer, nobody likes you. It's fine. Maybe somewhere else in your life people will tolerate you. Just not here.
Yeah.
Get a new life. Do something different. You're not good at anime analysis. It's okay. It's a bad skill to have. I don't know why Trixie does it. But you probably could get better skills. Maybe you're good at ping pong.
Learn to code.
Yeah, learn to code. Go climb a tree. You might be good at that. Just go somewhere else, okay? This isn't the place for you. And that's a good thing. You don't want no parts of this. I believe in you. I believe you can be.
Necromancer and also believes in that.
Well, I believe he can be more than just a loser on the internet.
I don't know if I do, but I'm glad somebody does.
So the other thing about Necromancer is before all of this, he was talking to us about, like, I can't hold down a real job because I'm too autistic. And I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean you're too autistic to hold down a real job? He's like, I don't like talking to people. What was it? You were...
Oh, I don't know. He just kept making excuses for himself.
And I just kept going like, well, you can like work like a job where you don't have to deal with people, man. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And he kept like re-justifying it, like, no, I couldn't do that. And I'm like, so you just don't want to work?
Yeah, he's a very entitled person.
Use your autism as a superpower.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to
How
work.
did he have all that money to pay me to watch those fucking videos?
I know you stole it out your mom's purse, and I'm not judging you for that. We all gotta do what we gotta do. But you should do something different, because now you're being a waste of oxygen. And, you know, that oxygen, that came from a star somewhere. that oxygen had potential, so you should have potential. Reach your potential, Necromancer.
That oxygen had potential. Oh shit! I have never heard that. It's fucking funny. Oh,
tweeted that you're streaming with Manny Muskets right now.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, just making sure, because this is the best stream you've ever done.
It is fucking funny. I'm also like, I'm the worst stand-up Mark, so just hearing funny jokes next to me, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like watching a stage show, but from like my chair, sitting here.
One thing that I want to do at some point is figure out a way to set up a call-in show, and it's just tell me a joke, and I want to have people tell me jokes, and then I roast them based on the joke that they decide to tell me.
Kill Manny.
Yeah.
That's Kill Manny.
But it's not even going to be like I analyze the jokes, or no, it's just like you. That's what you think is funny in life.
Yeah. Do you just go back and forth, like, or are you making fun of their joke, or are you just making another joke back at them?
Probably making fun of their jokes, because I'm too lazy to write jokes. That's the thing about comedy. You need to write a lot of jokes, and I'm like, I don't like to do that. That's work. It's not going to be funny anyway. I'm just going to say, honestly, what's going to happen is I'm going to get too high. I'm going to go on stage, and I'm going to think I need to say something to make you people laugh. and then it'll be either good and I'll write it down for later, or it'll be not good and I'll get even higher and forget that the night happened.
Manny's approach to comedy is my favorite approach to comedy.
So either way I win. I don't really care if the audience wins, because fuck them. They should have paid to see a better show if they wanted a better show.
They could do that. Hey, super chat right now with your joke request for Manny. He'll riff on whatever you want.
Yes.
For me getting paid.
I can't read because my eyes aren't good. But we need to get Trixie this paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And the only way I could do that is, in America, there's only one way white people have ever made money.
Off the backs of black men. I understand this is slave labor. I get it. You don't have to make the jokes around it. I'll bring the ha-has.
You think he wanted to wear that rainbow shirt? Force that shit.
Oh, man. Let me try and read the chat, because I'm running out of things to say, and it's just going to be slurs from here on.
Beatrice, talk about too many games.
Oh yeah, we've
yeah.
been at a con all day. We can talk about that. Especially since that's like the title of the video. It's like Too Many Games with Manny Muskets.
I showed up, I got in, no further comment on that. Oh, someone super
Hey,
chat.
LaPucha with Australian $2 says, "Rip on I'm Alex." I don't know what that is, but
It's someone who thinks that their name is important enough that people need to know that they are their name.
not only that, they spelled it with 2 L's and 2 X's, so it's like an extra Alex.
Like, either you're retarded or your family's retarded.
Yeah,
But-
it's gotta be one or the other.
Yeah. I'm
What?
all X. No one cares.
He's a Twitch streamer and he does commentary too.
I see. Oh yeah, I guess it probably is read like all X, isn't it?
Well, whatever I said about
All
Neko
X
probably applies to I'm all X.
This I'm Alex guy, his most recent video is 2 months ago, and it's titled JoJo Siwa is hiding a dark secret.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that seems like not worth watching.
No.
Yeah.
Is it
First
her
of all,
butthole? Is
the
that-
content is uninspired. No one cares about JoJo Siwa. We just know that she was trending at the time. We all know that bitch is crazy. Okay, of course she was a child star. What other option does she have than to be crazy? You have an option of what to talk about. You need to stick to your day job. I know you have one. If you go 2 months without making a video, then you're probably doing something better with your time. I hope you're not wasting oxygen like Neko. But I can say this. Make better videos. Make videos you care about. You don't care about whatever secret JoJo Siwa is hiding. It ain't that deep. She's bad at music.
Alright, Gary Always with $5 says, "Can we hear a bit of Hakuna Matata?"
I mean, Manny, you can do the bit if you want. I didn't know that it was allowed on YouTube. But
You can
Trix is telling me it
If
is.
you're black, you can say whatever you want on YouTube, I promise.
$50 for the version with the slurs.
All
But for
right.
now, it's no problems. Such a wonderful phrase. And stop being broke. Because that shit don't pay. Oh yeah, you bet your amaze didn't know I could freestyle for days, not days.
Freestyle for like 15
Yeah.
words.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
Yo, peep the style and the kids checking for it. The number one question is, how could you ignore it?
Was that Rakim?
I don't know. I know it's.
Is that not Linkin Park?
Yeah, but they took it from Jay-Z.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't know if Jay-Z took it from somewhere though.
Maybe.
'Cause it could be one of those old like perennial rap phrases. Everybody fucking rips off everybody else forever in rap.
On the shoulders of giants.
Well, it only took like 3 years between like 88 and 94, or so 3 years exactly, for them to write every word conceivable. Like, because between the Wu-Tang Clan, they wrote every rap. Like, it was all done. Now we're all just ripping it off like infinity.
Pretty much.
Did we get another super chat or no? No, that was Gary. He says I ain't got no 50. I know that's not true
Gary,
because Gary
you
always
and Lapusha go 50-50 on this.
Gary always will ultimately donate $50 to this channel. In the average month, I'll say. So I know he has $50. He just doesn't care enough to hear that Hakuna Matata with all the N-words.
It's the funniest stand-up bit I've ever heard.
It wouldn't be the same though. It wouldn't be the same without the stage and the audience and
the acid.
mushrooms.
Yeah. It's more of a live thing.
Yeah, more of an experience.
Yeah.
More of like a whole.
I like to mean it when I say it. I don't use slurs willy nilly. They've got to tell me the emotion behind them if I'm gonna slur someone. Do you listen to MF Doom?
I have listened to an amount of MF Doom, but for some reason, Spotify DJ will not stop trying to play me the same 3 Doom songs, and I'm always like, I don't listen to this song.
Yes. I have the same problem with Spotify DJ. Just
Rap
out
Snitch.
Hey yo, what's up? It's me, DJ.
Trying to play me Rap Snitch Conditions every single time I fucking play anything on Spotify. It's like autoplay Doom. I think it's just because like Doom is probably the thing that the most people who listen to everything else I listen to also listen to, but
Yeah.
that I do not actively pursue. So Spotify is like, yeah, but don't you know about Doom? And I'm like, yeah, it's almost like I'm purposefully not listening to that or something.
Have you checked out Deep Fried Friends?
I don't think so. I mean, when Doom died, I did like listen to literally his entire catalog back to back, but it was a blur after that.
Yeah. And then, controversial opinion, but towards the end, there's some not as inspired albums as when he first started on that run.
I mean, I know him best for his for the verse in November Has Come by Gorillaz.
Aha, can you dig it like a spigot? My guess is yes, you can. Like, can I kick it wicked? Also, a borrowed lick a shot if you have it. I'm not going to start quoting it, I'll just get down the song. But also a borrowed line, can I kick it? The Tribe Towards West, can I kick it? Yes, you can. Which used to Walk on the Wild Side sample, and I never know which one's which when they start playing.
Let's see. I don't know that. I've never heard that version. That remix.
Yes.
Why did you talk about MF Doom? Why'd you ask me?
We were talking about hip hop, and I do know a lot of the stuff that you listen to, and it is all artists that are heavily influenced by MF Doom.
It's true.
Because Danny Brown,
Yeah. Earl Sweatshirt.
Sweatshirt.
Or Baby Doom, as he was once known.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, because I grew up with November Has Come. I know his verse on Frankie Sinatra by the Avalanches. I don't know if you know that song.
I don't.
It's him and Danny Brown are both on it. It's more Danny, and then Doom kind of slides in at the end. There's a few other Doom songs that I have had in like heavy rotation, but like to me, with the problem with trying to listen, I feel the same way about Doom and Aesop Rock, which is that too many of their songs sound the same to me.
Yeah.
And so I'll start listening to one, and I'll like be expecting to hear the next bar from like a different song, and I'm like, oh fuck, I got these all tied up in my brain.
That happens to me a lot where I went through a phase in high school where I was like autistically into Doom, and then now I'll start remembering Doom lyrics, and I'm like, I don't even know what song that's from. I just know that lyric.
I'll have like a fucking 2 bars from one song that lead into 2 bars from another song in my brain, and then I'm like, that is not the same.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, no, that's not how it went. that happens to me a lot. Too Many Games.
Yeah.
I got in. It was my first time at a gaming convention. Honestly, one of my first conventions, period.
Yeah.
But first thing I noticed, it did not smell as bad as I thought it was going to.
No, they keep the AC pounding from above at all times, like full throttle.
Yes, I did notice heavy AC. Also, there was more bitches there than I expected.
It's a lot of hot chicks at fucking Too Many Games.
Yeah.
That's every con though, because like most of the girls who will go to those cons are like ones who want to look hot in cosplay and get like untold attention because they're the only chicks there, you know. The funniest fucking thing about Too Many Games, only event I've ever been to where the men's rooms all have like a line going fucking out the door, and the women's rooms have no wait whatsoever. I could walk into any women's room in the convention hall and go right to the bathroom. The men's rooms are fucking lined out around the block.
Yeah.
This is the best time to be a trans woman ever. Is at doing games.
Yeah. What else did I notice about it? And I don't care about games, so I didn't really care about anything going on. But
That's kind of the trouble we've all had with this convention. Like, so we all started coming to this because Tony from Hack the Movies, you know,
Yeah.
legendary, famous YouTuber. I mean, and now I'm amending legendary onto the front now. So he's not just famous YouTuber Tony from Hack the Movies. Legendary famous.
You throw any more adjectives in there, and he's gonna start walking around with a huge head. Okay.
His head is so, I mean, it's just got to keep pumping air into that fucking, like a bike pump, you know?
If somehow we wake up tomorrow and Tony has a big head, I'm blaming you. Off the top
A
of
big
my-
head or just big head at all or big head? So yeah, like Riley became friends with Tony from Hack the Movies because we're all Dick Show fans. I mean, fundamentally, we all know each other because we're all Dick Show fans. You opened for Philly. I'd met you before it. Probably at least.
Do you remember
2
where?
months.
Because you didn't remember his name. When you met
No,
him.
well, because I must have met you twice before that,
The
right?
Tampa Road Rage.
Yeah, because that was when that was when you were already mad at me for not remembering your name from the previous time.
Well, it was from the previous night at the Tampa Road
Oh, okay,
Rage.
that makes sense.
So I think that was the first time we met. Like
I was on fucking serious mushrooms the first night at the Tampa Road.
Yeah, that
Like,
makes sense.
I was on Molly and mushrooms and like a lot of weed and you know, people were passing crosswords around probably. I don't know. I was wired that night.
I was on a
Those
lot.
crosswords, Bill Shorts will really get you.
I was on a lot of medically prescribed Adderall for that road rage,
Okay.
so I wasn't forgetting anyone. And I think before that, we just found out today that we were at Boomer versus Zuma.
No, she wasn't there. I was.
Oh.
I was there. Me
Yeah.
and Riley. That was my first big trip after turning 18. Was going out to New York to do that because Riley was wearing the big sheepskin. That was my 18th birthday present.
Oh,
And I was just there. We were both just there, kind of like working the event and hanging out with everyone. And
Yeah, Stereo's basically just kind of let Riley and Bird run his thing as soon as they showed up and said they would.
yeah. I mean, that was when Asterios was still drinking. So,
it's smoking and
Yeah.
having fun.
yeah.
Ugh. It was like
Became a pretentious-
Sarancho seems to still have fun. I don't know. I can't
Sarancho?
speak. But that's her name. It's not Sriracha.
Isn't it Sriracha?
Sarancho.
I thought her like internet name was Sriracha.
She can't go back to Sriracha.
I thought that was what the name was Sriracha. I guess I could be wrong.
She goes by both, but Sarancho more often.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't know that. Well, anyway, we all know Tony from Hack the Movies. Tony is part of Retroware, formerly Screenwave, the team that owns the Angry Video Game Nerd. He's been a part of. Tony's been a part of the AVGN team, but at this point, he now is like a solo agent doing just Hack the Movies, I think.
I mean, he's got the video store in his basement. He took it away. That's his Horcrux of James.
He's a Horcrux of James, the video store. That's hilarious. It's amazing how much they can set that up to look exactly the same in different places. Like I didn't even realize
three
he
different
moved it.
places,
Yeah.
now, haven't we? Yeah.
But yeah, it's because of Tony working for Retroware that we ended up at these cons. But Tony, already himself, his gimmick is like video games are for children. I don't play video games.
Yeah.
And he really doesn't play a lot of video games. Like the only one he cares about is fucking Siphon Filter for the Dreamcast or whatever the fuck. So it's really strange that it's strange enough for Tony to be like heavily involved in the gaming convention when he's not really a gaming guy. But there is at least a heavy element of like old horror movies and shit. That there's like a crossover because James, you know, he's Cinemassacre. They watch all these old movies and shit. But like for all of us getting involved, I mean, we all play video games, but none of us are like game traders or collectors. And Too Many Games is fundamentally a trading convention. Like more than anything, it's like if you want to buy rare, weird, old games, fucking, you can buy magazine ads that have been laminated at places, which I think is what is it? Third stage capitalism. That's what the kids call that. Taken too far. Late stage. That's what it is. Late stage capitalism. When you're selling advertisements for nostalgia, and like booklets, like, you know, game booklets just sold like in a fucking little plastic thing, like a comic book. Yeah, they got every fucking game like ever that has existed for sale there. And if you don't buy video games, there's nothing, nothing for you to look at. I mean, I got a comic that's kind of cool.
I mean, I was just people watching.
That's the best part.
You go in for as much as you
people,
spend.
You mean hot chick wise?
Yes.
No, actually, oh, you just reminded me. The most heartbreaking, inspiring, like, fail girl moment I've ever seen in my life. It was beautiful. I felt for this girl so much. I was walking up to the monster thing, you know, where they give out free monster at Too Many Games, which is cool. So, like, it'll shut down every hour or so, but if you come back, they'll have it again. And as I was heading towards it, this girl in a wheelchair, probably like in her mid-teens, she had like some kind of furry creature like sitting on her lap, and she had just picked up her monster. This girl's totally by herself, right? And she starts wheeling away, and she accidentally like cuts it open, and so it starts like dripping, and she's just kind of looking around like fuck, and then she, you know, puts it on her mouth and starts drinking, and then she's wheeling herself one wheel at a time, like arm going back and forth, like trying to drink the drink and wheel at the same time, and like dripping on the ground and stuff. And I'm like kind of just watching her go off, like, is there anything I can do? Like, because if she had finished the drink, I want her to be like, I'll take that to the trash for you, you know? But like, she's taking her time. It's like this little fucking kid just sitting there, like,
You don't know where she's going.
It was very moe. There was also like a girl probably like 6 years old dressed as Pomni. From the Amazing
Landon,
Digital Circus.
Stop listening now.
Yeah, Landon's not allowed to ever know about this. But yeah, so this little girl dressed as Pomni, only Pomni cosplay.
Manny, do you know what Pomni is?
Oh.
B, can you explain
The
Pomni?
Amazing Digital Circus is like this. It's almost like a children's horror, like an existential horror with like a family
I
friendly
wouldn't say
kind of
it's
tinge.
necessarily for children.
I mean, that 6-year-old girl was dressed as Pomni.
I don't think she had.
I think that's why it has 20 million views, because it's like a circus clown. The main character's like a clown girl. The whole thing's in like a very clean and polished 3D setting. I think it's a children's. It's like Courage the Cowardly Dog, like level
Okay.
of like
I guess I can
children's
see
horror.
that.
But she was like fucking playing some obscure NES game, and I was like, that kid gives me hope for the future. You know, little kid dressed as Pomni playing like an old obscure NES game. That's the generation I want to see take charge.
What gave me hope for the future was the extremely hot girl playing DDR.
The double D, yes. Oh my god.
Fucking-
This incredibly hot girl, she's in like a black skirt and boots and like a white.
I really wanted
I
to
don't know.
ask if she was dressed like, if she dressed like that normally, or if she was going for the Japanese schoolgirl aesthetic.
She definitely looked. She was like a white girl, but dressed so Japanese that I had thought she was Asian until I saw her not playing the game anymore. And I was like, oh shit, that's a white chick.
Yeah, and she went hard at DDR.
Dude, well, because she's doing the, you know, you got your hands
thing
on
where
the
you, like,
things
yeah.
and you're just playing with your legs. But I swear to God, me and Frog Tony had walked through there and seen her playing that. And then, like, it must have been close to 5 hours later when Mint and I walked back through and she was still playing. And I was like, no way, she's been going for 5 fucking hours
Well, and
playing the
yesterday,
stream.
I mean, it wasn't the same person, but we walked by a person doing that
Yeah.
on DDR, and I was like,
They're not getting off that game today.
No.
The average American woman could never
Stop playing DDR.
No, could
be
play
that
DDR
skinny.
like that.
Oh.
have,
Because they
enough,
play so much DDR.
have enough energy to play DDR for 5 hours.
A lot of crosswords.
Maybe on her phone. She we saw her even I came through a third time and I was like, oh, she stopped playing, but then I realized she was just sitting in the chair nearby, probably just taking a breather, gonna go back in again.
She was strategizing.
She was amazingly hot though. Tons of hot chicks everywhere, as always. That's the best and most difficult thing about conventions.
Do you mind if we take the stream outside for a bit?
Yeah, we could do that. Is it raining still?
I don't know. Let's find out.
We need to go get the fucking charger out of the car. The phone's gonna die soon.
It's still kind of raining.
It's at 5%.
Your phone is?
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. Get the keys.
We're going.
We are getting dressed.
Oh yeah, you can carry that if you want.
Sure.
Fucking tell them about your. Tell them. Do you have anything to promote other than your show, or you can also promote your shows? But...
Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, that's where I post most of my info.
What is your Instagram?
Manny Muskets, MANNYMUSKETS. I've got that's where I post all my flyers and new shows that I'm gonna be on, and I've got 2 at the start of July. You come see me in person. That's where I'm funniest. I ain't with this internet. Nah, I'm just too lazy for the internet, honestly. But comedy is a moment in time, and it all coalesces in that fucking spot. And also, I sound like shit when I get recorded. I don't know. I might sound like shit in person too, but people are at least polite about it. Over the internet, it's like, oh, nah, this nigga sounds like shit.
Well, and I realized that your voice is hard to place because people don't, and I hadn't realized that you were born in the UK and then raised mostly here.
Yeah.
And then you're also retarded or something, so it's
Exactly.
a combination of all this.
And I've got all types of sinus issues. That's why I'm
Oh, right, the
smoking.
sinus issues.
Yeah. But I might go for a cigarette tonight.
Oh shit! Well, do we need to hold you back? Should we be disincentivizing you? Should
Nah.
we be no,
'Cause
you can't do that.
I've been good enough for a week.
Sounds like Kale. Kale, you're not allowed to drink.
You don't want to hold Manny back for anything. I think Manny's smarter than I am.
We gotta get down there quick with this battery and plug it into
Well,
this
you got the
battery.
car keys?
I do.
You should be going down there and why are you taking the jack? Oh, well, fair enough.
It's a battery.
Yeah, it is.
Keep your battery charged. You know it won't stick, yo. And it's not his fault you kick slow.
What is that for?
That is an MF2 bar. Yeah. That's off the Bad Philly album.
I've heard that album a few times, but I've never gotten in depth with it. And I get the phone plugged in before it dies. We're running down to the wire, gang. 2%. Shit. All right.
Really trying to make it difficult.
Yeah, forgive the incessant beeping that's happening out here. We don't really know why that's happening. Alright, we're jacked in, everybody. I saved the day. But I'm gonna leave the phone in the car because it's fucking raining out here.
We're gonna go to the back.
Oh, okay. Alright, we're going to a back balcony area. Is there anything else we needed from the car? Okay. Anybody got any questions for me? Hey, Sarah. Hello, Hello, Lagans. Enjoying the stream, y'all. I'm glad to hear it. Haven't been able to stream much because we've been at the con, and for the most part, the connection is pretty choked up in there. I also just feel weird, like shouting over a convention hall. And people are fucking walking around and.
The autistic guy in a room full of autists.
It is. Well, that's the great thing about Mint is that she can handle that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But Mint's also really hot and in a cosplay, so like whenever she streams from a convention, she gets a fuckload of views because everybody's like, "Whoa, hot chick streaming at a con."
yeah,
And I'm like, I don't have anything immediately appealing about me. You have to listen to me talk for like 20 minutes to be convinced that I'm not totally insane. Otherwise, it's just like, what is this fucking screaming psychopath talking about? How can she be white and hate white people? I don't.
nowadays than you would think.
That's true. It is becoming kind of a rote, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, let's fucking. Here we go. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Okay, so it's like. Ah, fuck. Come on, you son of a bitch. Alright, that'll work. Oh, yeah, we look sick. Can I get a cigarette? One and one.
You
What do you smoke?
Newport Red.
That might
Oh, it's a Marlboro Red.
Oh,
I was drunk and nice to myself.
that's gonna treat you better than what I got.
I'll take one of yours. You don't need it.
That is true. Try to quit so I sound less retarded.
Hey, friends. Hello, Brian.
Ryan, what's your deal? What's your story? Dox yourself to me right now. I'm very curious.
Who's got a lighter?
One of us, surely.
I've got matches, the end of my thing.
Hang on.
How the hell did you light yours?
That's
How
did I
not
light
even a match.
Here, I got you.
Yeah.
Gonna say-
that match with that one. Yeah, she drinks.
We smoking classy style over here, see? We using lighters and shit, see? Y'all ain't into that technology. Kids these days, it's all cell phones and lighters. Back in my day, you had to rub two sticks together. You had to spit an awesome freestyle to get fire if you wanted fire. Nowadays, it's too easy.
Just thinking about like ancient Greece, like at a concert. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's rubbing sticks together to light like a torch to hold up at the show.
Back in ancient Greece, you wanted to smoke a cigarette, you had to get a goddess drunk so that they would deliver you fire, and then the drug god would be persecuted for the rest of eternity, get a liver eaten out.
Every day.
Every time you wanted to smoke a cigarette.
Many hours spent smoking weed in high school and listening to Digibro. Yeah,
Who's Digibro?
Digibro smoked weed until he died. Rest in peace. 21st century activities indeed. I look all fat from this angle. Maybe it's because I
You
just
look
ate
fat.
that hoagie. I had a whole hoagie inside.
Yeah.
I like cigarettes. Yes, we all do, of course, McGee.
That's the problem with them, actually.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what sucks about them. So likable.
They are an enjoyable pastime.
Luckily, I can't smoke very much. I get a head rush. That I don't like.
Point.
No, I like the light kind of coffee-esque buzz, but anything beyond that, it's like, oh.
What you need to start doing is snorting Zin.
You've done
Only
that?
smoked about tournaments. What tournaments?
I've seen that. I've tried Zins just like the way you're supposed to, and they're a little too much.
Who did you see snort Zin?
Hey,
I saw it
Cosmic
on
Blue at
TikTok.
$2
Oh,
said,
like someone cutting open a Zin, and I don't know.
Manny,
they're
I know
actually
you got some material for this. Talk about Jeremy the Quartering. His mouth is so dick watering. That motherfucker said a firm handshake. Oh, we gotta talk about the Dr. Disrespect guy. Oh, you weren't there for that. It was me and Tony. Me and Frog Tony, not Hack the Movies Tony. Me and Frog Tony were standing outside of the convention, and a dude dressed as Dr. Disrespect comes walking by.
Oh no.
Like, oh, you didn't hear about this? Oh my god. This dude dressed as Dr. Disrespect, full cosplay, like playing like theme music and shit. He's walking by, and Tony goes like, "Yeah, she was 17, you know," or something like he said it in like a positive way. She was only
17 and 364 days.
yeah, something like that. He shouts, and the guy comes over, and he's like, "Yeah, it's such bullshit, man." And like he gives like a full-throated, like several minute like ball washing of Dr. Disrespect. And like I'm just standing there like Tony is everything he's saying is clearly like making fun of this guy, but in a way that's like, "Oh yeah, man, it's probably Twitch like trying to frame him or something." And dude's like, "Yeah, absolutely, man." And like then he just kind of walks off, and we can hear like other people going like, "Damn, really cosplaying Dr. Disrespect right now?" I was like, maybe that's why he's leaving. Maybe he got like so much shit that he had to be let out of the con. But that guy was totally serious.
He already had his cosplay. He wasn't gonna make another one.
Yeah,
you know how long it takes to put a cosplay together?
Well, and Tony pointed out it would have been funny if he'd showed up as Dr. Disrespect in like a prison outfit or something. Like that would have been a good.
He had to relive the glory days. How do people get so like brainwashed by Dr. Disrespect?
Dr. Disrespect.
Just because he's the two-time.
Because they've been groomed by him. Like they've been watching his shit for so long. Now, granted, a lot of people have been watching my shit for a long time, but I ain't never fucked none of them, or even sexted any of them, actually. So, you know, I've only culturally groomed you all into being my mental followers. How old were you when you started following?
I was out of college, so in my 20s.
Okay, so you're on the older side.
Yeah.
Well, compared to whoever I'm talking about. I have a few fans who were like 15, 13, you know, 12 like Munchie or Asher, who were like when they first started following me. But I would always tell people, like, don't follow me. Don't do anything I do until I'm 30. Do not listen to anything I say. Don't try to model your life after me. I'm not even an adult yet. And then all the people who did do that anyways, despite that warning, either ended up following the same path, which is becoming a gay furry, or they are now very mad at me for not taking the path they wanted me to. They wanted me to grow up into a different adult, and I'm like, I told y'all, I was not a grown-up.
You want some life advice? Don't follow nobody. Not even your parents, not your idol, not your God. Follow your balls. I don't care if you a lady, you still got balls deep inside. I'll talk to you.
Deep inside. Still got balls deep inside.
We all start out as women. The balls just turn into ovaries. The ovaries turn into balls, or they become ovaries. That's how it works.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's the guiding light, right? You were born with a set of balls that's going to show you the way. And then, you know, use your brain to steer that shit. I don't know.
It sounds like something like the main character from Gintama would say.
I tried to watch Gintama on your recommendation, but I couldn't get past the first few episodes.
Me too. With her.
I've heard that it gets great after episode 100, which I feel bad. I don't like, because as a One Piece fan, people say shit like that, and I'm like, fuck you. It's a good episode.
I think it depends on what you're looking for from those stories. Like, because One Piece obviously is good way the fuck before Chapter 100, but Chapter 100 is when they get onto the Grand Line, and it does kind of shake things up to where it's like, I do think it gets better, like format-wise, but like the story was already good, you know. With Gintama, it's like, it takes a few episodes for you to really like realize who these characters are, like what makes them special. The moment that sold me on the show is episode like 5 or 6. Gintoki gets into a fight with a guy where they agreed to like have a wooden sword duel on the beach, and Gintoki like goes right through his sword and like pounds him into the dirt, and then afterwards reveals that he had like stayed up all night before filing through the sword so that it was like a paper thin cut going through it, so that when he hit it, it would break, and everybody finds this out, and they're just disgusted with him, and he's like, what? I won. And they're like, you're a fucking terrible person.
And he followed the rules. Followed the rules. All right, what's to say? Thriller Bark watch party.
Oh wait, I forgot to. The last one was about the quartering.
Oh, yeah.
All that Dr. Disrespect stuff was to say the quartering is still
Ball
ball washing Dr. Disrespect, still defending him, still being like, we
you
don't know all
see,
the facts.
What if the minor that Dr. Disrespect was texting was actually just Twitch? That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
he's saying lately.
What if it was just? Why would they fucking do that? It's so
Doesn't make
stupid.
sense.
You know what I would do if I was Jeff Bezos? I would honey my own fucking my.
Bezos even own Twitch at this point? Like,
Well, Bezos
Dr.
doesn't even
Disrespect
own
was
Amazon
banned.
anymore, does he?
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Disrespect was banned from Twitch like 6 years ago
Mm.
for this,
Yeah.
and it's only coming out now.
Yeah.
Like, maybe Bezos did. I don't really know the timeline of.
Twitch is still owned by Amazon, right?
Yeah, because Amazon Prime matches with Twitch Prime or whatever.
Well, as for Thriller Bark, I've never gotten that far into One Piece. What do you think about Thriller Bark?
It's a controversial arc. It's a good one. It's not my favorite, but it is one of the funnier arcs. And you meet Kuba for the first time. He's one of the Shibukai, and as of the most recent arc that's airing right now, you find out that he's one of the most amazing characters in the show. But when you first meet him in Thriller Bark and later in Sabaody, you are really scared of this guy because he just makes people disappear. He gives Zoro his coolest moment. The one panel that every Zoro stan will always pan and Twitter is fucking the damage that Kuba gave him, and Zoro's there like, yeah, I'll take that shit.
No,
Oda
I'd
likes me more than anyone else.
If none of these people are ever like for the first time, it's always like confirmed it, you know.
He was that so adventure that he had live stream going getting
This is that reason. So I think it was less shocking that he admitted so brazenly. So
All these people are
well, I don't know when it reconnected to the Wi-Fi. We should be better now. But yeah, aside from Shade telling me about Dr. Disrespect, there was this one time at a friend's house, and I don't know if it was his live stream itself, but it just was offline. But like, I think we had opened up Twitch, and he was like the first thing on the page, and we clicked on it. But it was just playing over and over again this remix of the Gillette ad. You know, Gillette, the best a man can get. And it was just like singing that over and over again for like hours. We were really high. So we were just sitting there listening to like the Gillette, the best a man. And it had Dr. Disrespect on there for whatever reason. Like just his face over and over. This fucking Gillette song. And that's all I've ever associated him with. So when I see all this, like I'm like reading his fucking apology, you know. Let's get this fucking straight. Yeah. Oh, I wish I had played this in the background while I was reading his fucking tweet. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, I can't. The phone's streaming.
Well, you know, Gillette, it's the best a man can get. It's sharp like steel. Women don't use Gillette. I understand why Dr. Disrespect would market himself that way. I understand why a guy who thinks shaving razors are cool would eventually get caught grooming little girls or little boys.
Grooming his whole theme. Alright, yeah. Let's cut the fucking bullshit.
Cut that.
As you know, there's no filter with me.
Unfiltered.
Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch.
They want to know.
Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017?
Maybe.
The answer is yes.
Okay, yes.
Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate.
But mostly casual. You know, I was casually inappropriate
But
with that
nothing
minor.
more.
Yeah, I wasn't seriously inappropriate with that minor.
Only a little bit.
Only casually. You know, you have casual Friday at your job. You show up in Slack. I have casual Friday. I show up with my cock out. where the girls at, where the baby boys at.
Let's get fucking straight, alright? Now with all that said, don't get it fucking mistaken.
Yeah, you might have got it mistaken, but get it straight.
I've never seen somebody like do an apology letter where they say fuck 12 times in the apology.
Real men don't apologize,
Sorry.
except for sometimes real men do apologize, but they are real man about it. So you gotta give real man apologies.
Let's get this fucking straight.
I'm fucking
Messages
sorry.
were exchanged.
Yeah, I did that shit. Yeah, I did it. It ain't that bad, but I did it. I'm owning up to it. What more do you want? He's like gaslighting.
It's like OJ died and his spirit like dispersed and went into a bunch of people, you know, like at you know, at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark when like everybody
Cut out a lot of text in this.
Oh yeah, I
tweet.
just wanted to skip to the interesting bits. Well, I read the whole thing on stream the other day. Oh, that clip is out too. Trixie Clips took the clip of me reacting to Dr. Disrespect's or reading the whole letter and reading all the ball washing from Quartering and everybody else, firm handshakes and all that. Which apparently that's just a thing Dr. Disrespect says is firm handshake. So he was like making a reference to him in saying it. Because we said it to the
Quartering
guy.
is just a fan of Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, he's
and
just
that's
a
why
big
he's had
fan.
such a big problem. with all
Exactly.
this.
Because we said it to the guy, the Dr. Disrespect guy, as he was walking, you know, before he walked, the cosplayer. I was like, yeah, firm handshake, man. He was like, firm handshake. And I was like, does he know about the quartering thing? And then Tony explained to me, no, it's just like a thing he does.
That makes sense.
Thank
You know,
God for Frog Tony knowing so much about the internet that he does.
He's a true drama lore keeper.
So what I'm picking up from this is the Quartering always admired Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
And he wishes Dr. Disrespect would groom him.
Yeah,
And
probably.
he's jealous of whatever this
little
slutty
boy,
ass
yeah.
16-year-old is. He's like, that could have been me. But he has to hide his pain, and he unleashes it in the form of even more ball washing.
Dick and Vito kept pointing out, like, if he doesn't say the age is 13. And if he doesn't say the gender, it's a boy.
It's very,
And that
very
gives the
nice of you
Quartering
to say
hope.
Dick and Vito said this.
They were in agreement, you know.
Well, you know, Dick said
It was
and
Dick's
Vito
joke,
agreed.
and Vito made some riffs on it that I guess I thought were funny enough to give him some credit for it.
Nah.
You know, it was on their show.
Vito
No
did his
credit to
classic
Vito,
comedy
just
laugh. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! We're having fun. Because I'm laughing at the joke, that means I get the joke. So I'm basically telling the joke, this is my comedy show. I'm a comedian. Did you know that? You want me to tell you a
I
joke?
can't even do it.
Did you know I
It's
did a
such an
stand-up
intense laugh.
set 4 years ago?
Yeah, I've done stand up. What? All you need to do is be on a stage once, cause I did that, and I do a comedy show every week. Oh, do I tell the jokes? I let the other guy tell the jokes, but I'm funny on it.
I laugh at the jokes.
Yeah,
Some have said my laugh is infectious.
I give him stuff about me that's funny for him to make jokes about.
Fucking, on the latest biggest problem, Vito brought in this fucking terrible song.
No,
That sounded like it was for like a well.
This
Dick listened
wasn't
to it. He's
the
like, "Well, that's
latest, was
fucking
it?"
awful." And Vito was like, "I think it was because we were listening to it live in bed the
the
other
really
day."
long one.
He had this like long ass jingle, and Dick was like, "This sucks." And Vito was like, "Well, you know, if we ever did like a family friendly, like a children's version of the show, this would be great for the kids." And Dick was like, "Why would we fucking ever do that? I'm never making something for children. What are you talking about?" And it's like,
What was
they're
that?
just trying to
Vito the
justify-
gay guy.
No,
Vito, the gay team guy.
No, I listened to it today. It was we just said a problem.
Yeah, that's.
I
the
wonder
one.
what problems next. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yes. Wow, I can't believe you remember it.
Because he wanted to cut
very
between,
generic.
he wanted to cut that in between the problems, right?
Yes.
Something
That
like
is
that.
so
It
silly.
was fucking bad. It was
It's
very
better than
bad.
the alien sound effect, which was also a dumb idea.
That was also weird. Yeah.
But that was just to make.
I was like, it's not funny. It's
Yeah.
not like
It's like, oh no, we're making this a show. It's a proper show. It has segments and bits.
it's not a fucking Nickelodeon show. It's a goddamn podcast.
Nah, man. Well,
The
Vito.
problem is Vito doesn't listen to WATP. That's what the issue is. Vito doesn't fucking listen to Carl's show, so he doesn't know how to make a good... Like, everybody else's podcast is good because we all listen to Carl.
Yeah.
We're all like, ah, shit, like, I don't want to get made fun of on WATP, so I better make a good broadcasting. And Vito's out here like...
Well, the thing about Vito is, as much hate as I give, he is a funny guy, but he doesn't know what about himself is funny. So he always thinks it's the wrong thing, and he leans too heavily into that. And it's like, no, just be you and tell jokes. But he's like, I'm funny because I'm willing to be made fun of.
He's also determined to do a billion things. He's like
Yeah.
writing a comic and now like a magazine or something. And,
Well, the writing of the comic has been done for a while. It's his artist's
well,
problem.
the writing of chapter 1 has been done for a while, and the writing of chapter 2 is underway. But when the first comic actually comes out, there has to then be a second comic and a
It's never
third
coming
comic.
out.
And
What are you talking about?
I think there's meant to be several volumes of
Vito's
Super Killer.
talked about on Twitter shit about Volume 3 of Super Killer because it's supposed to take place in an anime universe.
No, that's issue 3. I'm saying the comic is
Oh.
ultimately supposed to be like fairly long. It's based on Gantz. Gantz is like 80
that
volumes.
doesn't mean anything.
Gantz
to
ran for
regular
like
people.
30 years. Well, manga readers it does. Big
I
manga
don't think
fans.
there's that many people that listen to The Biggest Problem or The Dick Show that go
That
like,
know Gantz.
oh yeah, Gantz? I know what that is.
I
Tell
think
me,
you'd be
look,
surprised because Gantz is super edgy and it was.
I
a
know
big deal
nothing
in,
about Gantz.
Yeah, in the mid 2000s, it's kind of like an Elfen Lied type of a level of
I
like.
don't know anything about Elfen Lied.
Oh, I thought you had seen Elfen Lied for some reason.
I saw the first 2 episodes.
You ever seen
and-
Gantz or Elfen Lied?
No, every edgy kid that I know has watched Elfen Lied.
Yeah.
That's why I
And
avoided Elfen Lied.
the same people who recommend Elfen Lied to me recommend Fairy Tale to me,
Oh no.
but for different reasons.
I got
Yeah.
further
But
into
it's
Fairy
just-
Tale.
But it's the same people, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm not a.
Fuck Fairy Tale and fuck Elfen Lied. And fuck the anime version of Gantz at least. Which it's not that it's like. Well, it is bad. It's bad, but like everything that's good about it is because the manga is good, you know. But the anime is not a good adaptation.
That's fair.
And it changed. Like it's one of those where they just kind of made up an ending, because it's only
Like
24
the first
episodes.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, but even shorter. So it's like it's only 24 episodes, and the manga ran for like ever, like way longer than FMA did. You know, I think it only concluded like.
What is Gantz? Can you just give me a quick
Okay,
overview?
so
like,
the
why
idea-
does Vito keep saying Super Killer is ripping off Gantz?
The idea of Gantz is that there's this big black orb that draws a bunch of people into a death game, where basically they have to like complete a mission, or else all of them are going to die. And typically they all usually do die anyway in the course of the mission, but like the manga goes for long enough that like individual missions can be like significantly long, and you can get like really attached to certain characters who maybe survive a couple missions, and then like I think 18 volumes in the main character dies because it's come to a point where there's like enough other established characters that the story can continue with them, but like basically each round of the game is just something completely different, and it just keeps getting like more ridiculous to a point where it's like characters are like, you know, hulking out and fighting tiny T-Rexes and shit, and like,
Cool.
yeah, it's wild.
What are some examples of missions?
It's usually just like, I don't know, kill this like alien or something like that, and then they gotta go find and kill the alien. But it's very deeply. There's lots of like sexual assault, lots of, you know, aside from the violence, like characters are like, there's always like hot chicks who are just getting like immediately raped because there's a bunch of edgy guys around them kind of thing, you know. So in the early 2000s, it was very much the like, oh, you want to see like inappropriate content? Go check out Gantz. But as the manga goes on, as I
So
understand,
you're telling
it
me
gets
Super
more-
Killer is going to feature sexual assault?
I mean, it has it on the cover. It's got what's her name getting tentacle.
Beck is her name.
Beck getting tentacle graped by a big octopus kraken or whatever. Although he assures us she makes it out of that scene. He's like, no, nothing happens. She gets out. You know, that scene that is just the cover of an issue
good.
that doesn't
I'm happy
happen
to
in the
hear
comic
that
at all.
She's alright.
But yeah. hey, how are you guys today? We're good. We went to too many games.
Yeah. Too many games was an experience.
You said this was like one of your first conventions, right?
Yes. It's, I think my first. I can't think of another convention that I've been to. I've been outside conventions just happenstancely, and I've watched some from like live streams, but I haven't been to one.
I've been to probably close to 20 conventions by now. This is my third too many games. And I was just running around all day. Like basically, because Bird was working inside, mostly doing the lines, or outside at various times. And so when we first got there, Bird started working. I went to the regular car meetup, which was like a whole lot of fantastically regular cars. I have a bunch of footage from that I'll have to do something with, and send it to the. There was a person who like said, hey, any footage you've got, send it all to me. I'm putting together a thing, so I'll have to make sure I do that. And then I went to the regular car reviews panel inside the convention not long after that. Then at some point Frog Tony showed up. He was following me around because he was like, I don't know anybody else here, and nobody else that we knew was there yet. So me and Frog Tony were hanging out, and then fuck, I'm drawing so many blanks. We literally kept doing laps around the fucking convention over and over again, just checking shit out until Riley and Mint and Tony from Hacking Movies were there, and you were there. Well, you showed up when everybody went to the bar, and you were like, all right, I snuck into the con, where is everybody? And they were like, none of us are here, we're all at the bar.
Yeah.
So then I came and I collected Bird, who was off work, and you. We all went to the bar. We saw Psycho Stick. They were great. I did a fucking big mosh pit. I'm kind of like still very out of it. I'm surprised I have enough energy. I had to work up the energy to do this live stream by drinking a bunch of Monster and eating a hoagie, because I was fucking pretty gone after doing that mosh pit. They always go hard, the Psycho Stick fans, when they play fucking Beer and the Hokey Pokey, the literal fucking Hokey Pokey, but made in new metal.
I wouldn't say the literal hokey pokey, but a version
It's
of
the fucking, it's the Hokey fucking Pokey.
The Angry Video Game Nerd was pretty great.
That too, and they also they played. What was the song that had the slow mosh pit? That was really fun.
I just know it as the slow mosh pit. So.
Yeah, they make everybody do a slow mosh pit at one point. They're like, make it slower. And they're just like playing this deep sludge riff. Brilliant band. Oh yeah, you got your fucking headband signed by them. Or rather, you bought a Psycho Stick headband and got it signed by them. You got a picture of that and some footage of that. Fuck. I'm losing power and Bird is literally passing out. This stream might not be able to last too much longer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Manny, do you wanna do any riffing, or are you tired too?
I'm pretty tired. If there's a super chat, I'll riff on it. Don't ask me about E-Celebs, because I don't watch them.
Yeah, I
It's-
figured it out.
Yeah, I just, like,
Manny, what are your thoughts on Celine Dion and her debilitating disease?
she's got a debilitating disease.
Stiff person syndrome is the
That-
name.
That's sad.
Stiff
It is
person.
really sad.
Yeah, she makes beautiful music. I don't care that she's French Canadian. She's the one good one, and she, like, she makes tolerable music that everybody's mom can listen to.
So I keep getting a lot of ads about. She did a documentary with Prime recently about dealing with stiff person syndrome as she's getting older in age. Apparently, it's something she's dealt with all her life. But the quote that is constantly played in the ads that stuck with me is, "It's one thing to do a show, but it's debilitating to not do a show," or like something like that. It's like, damn, you feel that way about performing? Perform until the end of your life. That is incredible. That's the way you need to think about this.
I mean, when you get that kind of like high, it's hard to there's a reason that I like doing the live streams every single day, is because it's like I think about, well, what could I do with my time today? I could like do something by myself, or I could involve 20 people from all over the world in everything I'm doing for 6 hours, and like maybe make some money at the same time. It just makes everything you're doing feel somehow more important, which can be dangerous in its own way. But that's why I do so much call to action for my audience, where I'm like, I don't want to believe that you're all just like sitting around absent-mindedly watching me all day. Like, I gotta make you do something, or else I'll feel bad about it, you know? But I also understand why most people are just sitting there, ice cream so good, ice cream so good. And
I mean, it's fun to entertain people. It's also fun to get paid to do it.
yeah.
You know, Jay Dilla, legendary producer,
Yeah.
made his last album, Donuts, literally in his deathbed.
God damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What did he die of?
Lupus.
Fuck lupus.
Yeah. And there's some video of him like performing in a wheelchair, just like with an MPC machine.
Damn.
And, yeah.
He was like, what, 26 or some shit? Like,
I think
youngest
so.
one?
He was young as shit. Your favorite producer is what Questlove said about him.
Yeah, your favorite producer, Nugent-Best's favorite producer, Jay Dilla. Nugent-Best, who also died at like 26 in a car
I
accident.
think they were both born the same day and both died the same day.
That's fucking wild.
They were definitely both
Yeah, it's,
born the same
Frank
day.
Jazz talked about it in his, I don't know if they died the same day, I think they died at the same age, but it was in different years, but it could have been on the same, like, date.
No, they were definitely both born on the same
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
So if
Okay.
it was the same age, then they would have been
Right,
the
and
same
it would
year.
have been also the same, it would have had to be the same year, yeah.
We
Watch
were
the
on
Frank
same
Jazz
day,
video,
about
that
the
was,
same
he
year.
explains it, at the beginning. How to make Jay Dilla a Nugent-Best beat, that's the name of the video. That's also the video that taught me and Shane basically how to make beats, period. Because like the most simple way to make a beat is lo-fi, which is literally just like take a drum sample, take a piano sample, loop them over each other, you now have a beat, you know?
Yeah, that's why so many lo-fi anime bitches on YouTube just pumping shit out constantly.
Okay, we got another super chat.
Oh,
What's it say?
I can't read because my eyes aren't good.
It's from Cosmic Blue for $5. It says, rant about Western 2D animation, its place in the current culture, and where you'd like to see it go in the future.
We need
2D Western animation. Because I feel like the more interesting stuff is probably happening in 3D, just in terms of like all the indie shit. Although I really like that Lackadaisy cartoon.
we
Some
need
of the
another
bots.
Boondocks.
I thought they canceled the other Boondocks, didn't they? Or
Oh yeah,
yeah, they were making a season 4 or 5 or whatever.
I didn't mean literally another Boondocks.
Oh.
No, I meant like a spiritual.
A spiritual new Boondocks.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who want and have
The
tried to
two
work towards that.
Boondocks.
I mean, you got,
There's two of them.
I don't know, nobody's really trying to do like, there's a lot of people I know who are doing stuff that is inspired by the spirit of the Boondocks, but nothing that actually like feels like it, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, I mean, you couldn't do that today, as they always
Well,
say.
yeah, I
You
guess.
couldn't make Blazing Saddles today because if you walked into a room full of script writers and brought them the script to Blazing Saddles, they would go, "This is the script for Blazing Saddles."
It's
You can't
already
make
been
this."
done.
The funny thing about the Boondocks with that is, like, at the time, the Boondocks was like very woke by like making fun of like, because black culture wasn't very woke.
Yeah.
Like, that was the whole criticism, was like, actually black culture is like super unwoke and we're like making fun of that, and now it's like, well, black culture is the Boondocks, you know, is making fun of, so like how do you make fun of that then, you know? It would have to go after all the bad things about woke culture and people would fucking be pissed.
Yeah.
People would be fucking pissed. It would be great, because I mean, one of my favorite episodes of the Boondocks is the one about Obama becoming president. I think this is the first episode of season 3.
Yeah.
Obama becomes president and Huey's just kind of like, I don't really care. Like, the whole entire black community unites against Huey to be mad at him because he's not celebrating Obama's presidency. He's just like, look, it's
Magnificent
guy.
I am a dick riding Obama.
Oh,
The
Dick
song.
riding Obama. Oh, that was so good.
Which, every time I think about that song, I think about, oh yeah, Will I Am did do a song that was Dick Riding Obama. I forget that it's based on reality.
That's fucking hilarious.
And then as soon as he becomes president, no one cares anymore.
Fucking speaking of Will.I.am, because we just the other night at Tony's house watched X-Men Origins Wolverine, which I had no idea Will.I.am is in. He's fucking terrible in it. He gets killed, I believe. Yeah, he gets his like
too
spine.
Yeah, he was too predictable.
Oh man, he was really bad in that movie. Anyway, about 2D.
His hat was great though.
His hat was great. When it comes to Western 2D animation, I need more like. Oh man, because I'm thinking about all the stuff that exists, and like everything right now is either like the edgiest thing it can possibly be, or like for children. You know, it's all like either Invincible or fucking
The Boys.
Well, The Boys isn't it. Well, there was
Whatever the
animated
current
one.
version of Steven Universe is.
Castlevania, like super fucking violent, you know, and like everybody's swearing all the time. And then there's like I think the comedy shows are all doing good. Like 2D Western
Young
animation is Young Sheldon. I'm talking about West animation.
Oh, sorry.
2D
You said the
animation.
comedy shows were doing good, so I had to pop out the.
No, like
biggest
I was
American
thinking like
comedy.
Crapopolis is solid. There's always been good adult like comedy animation from the West. So that's
American Dad is still running strong.
yeah, there's a lot of ones that are solid. So I have no complaints there. But like when it comes to like story driven action shows, like they're all just trying to be like ridiculously edgy. You know, like I don't need them to be. I don't need the like anime. To me the appeal of anime is not that it is ridiculously edgy. I know there are some people who just like edgy old anime and shit, but I like a lot of the cutesy slice of life shit or shows about community. Most of my favorite anime are in some way about a community coming together to do something, and I can't think of one Western cartoon that is about that. I guess Steven Universe, arguably, but which is very anime inspired in the first place. But
Full Metal Alchemist.
that's
The whole
anime.
nation comes together to fight the evil.
We're talking about a Western
They're
U.S.
literally a Western society.
Okay, but they're not from the United States. The show's not from the United States.
Fair.
I don't know. I can't think. I mean, I guess there was like Avatar had like proper stakes in action. It wasn't trying to be like stupid and violent, but like I don't know. We got Legend of Korra, which was kind of middling, and there's not been anything since because it's too
I think a
expensive
lot
to
of
make
people.
those fucking
I
shows.
wouldn't disagree with you that it's middling, but I do think a lot of people would disagree with you that it's middling.
I guess I'm not really even giving my opinion so much as like the overall, like the original show was beloved.
Yeah, it's the
Korra
best
is,
thing
like,
ever that a lot of people.
Very
have seen.
divisive, and like even
It's either you like lesbians or you don't like lesbians. is
well,
what I've
no, the
understood
problem is that
before.
there was no lesbians until like the last second. Like they suddenly were like, oh, by the way,
Okay.
they got together. you
Yeah, it
know?
was literally the very last second.
Like the
that
last
makes a lot
frame
more
of the
sense
show
then.
type shit.
I remember scratching my head at the finale, like, wait a
I
second.
didn't get that far into Legend of Korra. I watched the first season and then the second season I was kind of like,
Just saying, hey, says Riley, hey, prayer hands, we're going to bed soon ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys are going to bed, but we are. It's almost fucking 2 a.m. Shit. We had some big rain, but I think it's let up. That fucking car alarm has not stopped going off, though.
I've tuned it out.
We had some Wawa. What did we do? There was a period where Mint Salad was streaming, and we drove her to Wawa, and then were we live on? We were live on
Yeah.
stream, and that dude says if you go
I had
watch.
my leg up on the like air vent of my car.
Yeah, and like Bird's like legs, he's got his foot up on the air vent, and like we're stopped at a light, and the dude in the car
It
next
had
to us
motions.
like motions and rolls down the window, and he's like, "You shouldn't have your leg up like that. Airbag will really hurt if it pops." And Bird is just like, "Okay, like what the fuck? You're concern trolling me in the middle of the road." And it was like weirdly moments after someone else
And
in the
Mitch
chat
had
had
told me
also
that.
said the same thing like seconds earlier. We're like, what the fuck are the odds that this like translated through the chat. It's like if you hadn't put your foot down for that 3 seconds that you actually did, then like guaranteed your foot would have been blown off, but otherwise you were fine or something. Like,
Oh my god.
by the rules
I
of
was so
reality.
concerned about my foot being blown off at a red light with no one in front of you.
Something was going to make it happen. Like somehow a car would have come screeching down and like it impacted us if you hadn't, taken the hints
I
from
wish
God.
you had, just so that
Put your
guy could
foot
have
down
gotten
for
his
3
I told you so.
Well, that also confused me. Like, why would you say something like that when you're never gonna know if, if the results?
I saved that guy's life today by telling him that he shouldn't have his leg up.
Also, after the convention, we tried to go to that party, and we couldn't get in.
Oh yeah. So we had all heard. Everybody that I talked to at the con had heard that there was no party at all tonight, and I think that might just be information they were feeding us because they don't want anybody going to the party who's not invited tonight because your friend was at the hotel scoping it out, and he just texted us the vibes are bad.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh shit, maybe it's not worth going. But we were like, oh, we'll meet up with Manny's friend. We'll say hi. And we got there, and it's like on the inside you can't get into the park. Like you tried, right? No, we can't get in on the inside. According to everybody else who was standing outside.
It was like 6 or 8 people outside, just chilling.
Yeah, who clearly were not in the party, and like
literally hating from outside the club.
Yeah,
was the whole vibes.
we couldn't even see them until we came over to the patio either. We thought we were gonna like have it to ourselves, but like ordinarily every other year we've been to this con, there's like a massive party in this hotel that like sprawls out onto the patio. Like it's normally a big thing. All the guests are there, bunch of fans, all the defenders are there. They're doing karaoke. They got beer tokens. Like it used to be a real party. This is where I met all the interesting connections and friends I met at too many games. Like Jab. We met at the con today, walking through the halls. Shout out Jab
cool.
if you see this.
They were cool.
Yeah, Jab's cool. What was Jab's partner's name? Oki. Oki was cool. We met all kinds of people, man. I can't even fucking remember the whole list. Sorry to anybody who I always forget.
Thank you to the one Trixie fan that wished me a happy birthday. That was sweet.
Whoever wished Bert a happy birthday, shout out to you. I never ended up running into you.
It really caught me off guard because I had headphones.
Fuck, what was I talking about? Why am I talking about
The
this?
party connections.
Oh
that you
yes,
made.
the party. Yeah, normally it's a great party. This time nothing's happening outside. The drink a beer and pray. Drink a beer and play a game. Drink a beer and play a gay guy game. Wow, play a gay guy. Drink the 3 guys.
So,
the 3
in my head,
gentlemen who
it's-
run drink a beer and play a game.
Is it 3 of them?
There's the 2 main guys, and I think that other 3rd guy is also a part of.
You could be right.
I
But
know
I
there's
know
been 3 of them
it's.
before.
I don't remember his name, but there's drink a beer, play a game, and Brian.
One's Brian and the other one's.
Well, it's just I don't know why I like. There's just one guy that I specifically associate.
I think
his
it's because
face
his
with.
name is like some. I can't remember what it is because we have 7 of them in our group. It's like a Mike or just a generic name that I know 10 other guys with that name. So he's always every time I've met him, I've been like, drink a beer and play a game.
That's how
And he's
I
like,
was like,
perfect.
hey, it's you guys drink a beer and play a game.
Apparently, I gave him some of Manny's mushroom chocolate at the
Sounds
at the
right.
Philly show. Because he was like, yeah, you gave me chocolate, and then I ended up passed out in a bathroom, and I don't remember anything that happened. And it was like, shit. Yeah, that was fucking funny. But yeah, we talked to them for a couple of minutes, and then we were all kind of standing outside the entrance to the hotel, and then the patio's over there, and we're all like, well, they're not gonna kick us off the patio, right? Let's all go invade the patio. So we all come over, and at the time, Bird's like finishing off a cigarette, and then even though he was done smoking, all of a sudden, this bitch.
No, someone else had started smoking.
Okay, somebody else starts smoking, and this bitch in a Space Channel 5 costume is sitting in like the middle of the area, nowhere fucking near the person who's smoking is like, could you not smoke over here?
In the designated smoking area?
Yeah, like right over, like, what are you running on a patio? What the fuck? So the second we heard those words leave her mouth, Bird and I were like, we're not gonna be here for even one more second. Like, we literally just bolted. We were like, Manny, pack your things. We're like, we're out. It's live stream time. This is fucking bullshit.
The vibes were bad.
The vibes were as bad as warned.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was worth it to see Drink of Beer play a game.
Yeah, it was worth it to see them to have gone over there. That it justified the experience.
I've been
but
looking for them at the con all day.
I'm surprised I hadn't run into them. I expected to run into them first because I usually do. But
They were cool. Apparently I met her before and didn't remember, but
Manny, how dare you meet someone and not remember their name?
you'll get used to it. Alright, everybody. I think we're gonna wrap this up and go to bed now.
Yeah,
Thank you
peace
all for
out.
coming
Good night.
out. Thanks for all the super chats. I'll probably stream tomorrow, maybe from the con if I can get